So we looked at the Roman arch, which was a key aspect to building in classical times. The Roman arch allowed for architects to create very large constructions out of stone. Stone is extremely heavy, but as you saw in the previous video by that really entertaining young lady, the stone, due to its weight, actually ends up holding itself up. When you put the keystone on the top of the arch, the weight goes out and down and holds the whole construction up. Another thing that the Romans really perfected is the dome. And in many senses, a dome is an arch that is all around. So if you can imagine putting an arch on a central axis and spinning it, that's pretty much what a dome is. Domes are extremely successful architecturally in holding up their own weight, because what the shape does is it brings the weight of this heavy stone around the convex shape of the dome to the base and then out. So what you have is a very simple construction that is strong, durable, and holds itself up. Now, looking at the White House, we can see some very basic classical features, especially if we think in terms of the Parthenon in Greece. What I'd like you to do in your journal is to think about why 18th century architects would abandon their contemporary building techniques and instead choose to create a building in the style of a Greek temple. What is the purpose of this? What are the implications? What's the message that they're trying to give? So this is going to be a journal entry. You're going to write a paragraph or two just explaining these ideas. We're now going to move on to the Gothic. Gothic architecture came very much out of the Greek and Roman forefathers, and it led to buildings that were majestic, beautiful, and reached towards the heaven. Because stone is a very heavy building material, Gothic architects had to start coming up with innovative ways to create very high structures that were extremely heavy, yet not only hold the building up so that it didn't collapse, but at the same time make them look light. So there's this illusion of these tall spires that are weightless. Meanwhile, they're extremely heavy and cumbersome. When you turn the page, you're going to watch an excerpt from the movie adaptation of a Ken Follett novel called Pillars of the Earth. And the reason I've chose this clip is because it illustrates what it was like to live in the time that a cathedral was built. And there are some very lovely interior and exterior scenes of this fictitious cathedral that is somewhat based on Salisbury Cathedral. So I hope you enjoy the clip.